In the dynamic landscape of the National Football League, few matchups spark as much intrigue as a clash between teams representing different conferences and distinct trajectories. This essay delves into the compelling narrative surrounding a potential or historical encounter between the Detroit Lions and the Washington Commanders, exploring their unique histories, current strengths, and the strategic implications of such a contest. The unfolding drama. Lions versus Commanders. The NFL is a league built on narratives, on the rise and fall of franchises, and the perpetual hope of glory. Every Sunday presents a fresh canvas for heroes and heartbreaks. And when teams from different conferences meet, a unique layer of intrigue is added. Such is the case with the Detroit Lions and the Washington Commanders, two teams with storied pasts, passionate fanbases, and recent histories that have often been characterized by struggle, yet now stand at different, compelling junctures in their respective journeys. A hypothetical or historical Lions versus Commanders game isn't just about X's and O's. It's about the clash of identities, the weight of expectation, and the pursuit of elusive success. For decades, both franchises have navigated challenging waters. The Lions, a charter member of the NFL, have famously endured a prolonged period without a Super Bowl appearance, let alone a victory. Their fanbase, renowned for its unwavering loyalty, has weathered countless storms, always holding out hope for that breakthrough season. On the other side, the Commanders, with a history rich in Super Bowl triumphs from their former identity, have more recently grappled with organizational instability, a significant rebranding, and a quest to recapture their past glory. Understanding these foundational narratives is crucial to appreciating the depth of any encounter between these two teams. A tale of two franchises. Historical context. The Detroit Lions' history is largely defined by resilience in the face of adversity. Founded in 1929 as the Portsmouth Spartans before moving to Detroit in 1934. The team boasts a single NFL championship from 1957, predating the Super Bowl era. Since then, despite flashes of brilliance from legendary players like Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson, sustained success has been a rare commodity. The "same old Lions" moniker, though often uttered with affection, speaks volumes about the collective experience of their supporters. Yet, this history has forged a fanbase that is fiercely protective and deeply invested, celebrating every small victory with an intensity unmatched by many. Conversely, the Washington Commanders possess a far more decorated past, particularly during the Joe Gibbs era of the 1980s and early 90s, which saw them capture 3 Super Bowl titles. Their legacy is etched in the annals of NFL history, representing a period of consistent excellence and innovative football. However, the post-Gibbs era has been marked by inconsistency, coaching carousel, and a struggle to find a stable identity. The recent change in ownership and the team's rebranding from the Redskins to the Commanders signify a profound shift, an attempt to shed the past's controversies and build a new foundation for future success. The contrast in their historical paths couldn't be starker. One often chasing the ghost of a distant championship, the other trying to reclaim a legacy that feels increasingly remote. These distinct pressures and expectations shape the very fabric of each organization, influencing everything from draft strategy to coaching philosophies, and ultimately, how they approach every game on the schedule, including a potential showdown with the other. Current trajectories and roster strengths. In recent seasons, the Detroit Lions have experienced a remarkable resurgence under head coach Dan Campbell. Known for his passionate, player-first approach, Campbell has instilled a gritty, resilient culture that has resonated deeply within the locker room and with the fanbase. The Lions' offense, led by quarterback Jared Goff, has become a well-oiled machine, emphasizing a strong run game with dynamic backs like Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, complemented by efficient play-action passes to star receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown. Their offensive line, anchored by Pro Bowl tackle Penei Sewell, is among the league's best, providing a solid foundation for their aggressive style. Defensively, while still a work in progress, they've shown significant improvements, particularly in their ability to generate pressure and create turnovers. The Washington Commanders, on the other hand, are in the midst of a significant rebuild, albeit one infused with renewed optimism under new ownership. Their defense remains their calling card, boasting an elite defensive line featuring formidable talents like Jonathan Allen, Darren Payne, and Chase Young. This unit is capable of disrupting any offense and generating consistent pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Offensively, the team has been searching for stability at the quarterback position, but possesses exciting playmakers in wide receiver Terry McLaurin, a consistent threat, and promising young talent. The new ownership has brought a fresh perspective and a commitment to investing in the team's infrastructure, signaling a long-term vision for sustained success. When considering a matchup between the Detroit Lions and Washington Commanders, it's clear that both teams bring distinct strengths to the table. The Lions rely on their cohesive offensive unit and a burgeoning defensive identity, while the Commanders lean heavily on their dominant defensive front and the potential of their offensive skill players. This divergence in team-building philosophies sets the stage for a fascinating strategic battle. The strategic chess match. What a game would look like. A hypothetical game between these two teams would undoubtedly be a strategic chess match. The Lions' potent run game and play-action-heavy offense would test the Commanders' formidable defensive line. Can Washington's interior disrupt Detroit's rhythm and force Goff into uncomfortable down and distance situations? The battle in the trenches, specifically the Lions' stellar offensive line against the Commanders' elite defensive front, would be a pivotal matchup that could determine the flow of the entire game. If the Commanders can generate consistent pressure, it could neutralize Detroit's deep passing game and force Goff into quick throws. Conversely, the Lions' defense, which has shown a knack for timely turnovers and improved pass rush, would face the challenge of containing Terry McLaurin and Washington's other offensive weapons. The Commanders' ability to establish a run game against Detroit's front would be crucial for opening up play-action opportunities and taking pressure off their quarterback. Individual matchups, such as Amon-Ra St. Brown against Washington's secondary, or Chase Young and Montez Sweat against Detroit's tackles, would be critical flashpoints, with the outcome of these personal duels often dictating the momentum of the game. Ultimately, the game would likely come down to which team could impose its will on the other. Could the Lions' offensive continuity and physicality wear down the Commanders' defense over 4 quarters? Or could Washington's pass rush disrupt Detroit's offensive rhythm enough to create turnovers and short fields for their offense? The coaching staffs would be tasked with exploiting the opponent's weaknesses while maximizing their own strengths, making for a compelling tactical battle. Beyond the field, fanbases and future outlook. Beyond the on-field action, the narratives surrounding these two franchises add another layer of intrigue to this interconference clash. Both teams boast incredibly loyal, often long-suffering, fanbases that are deeply invested in their team's fortunes. For Lions fans, every win feels like a step closer to breaking a decades-long curse, while Commanders fans are eager to see their team return to its former glory under new leadership. The emotional stakes are incredibly high for both sets of supporters, creating an electric atmosphere whether the game is played in Detroit or Washington. Looking ahead, the future outlook for the Lions appears bright. With a solid core of young talent, a clear coaching philosophy, and a winning culture taking root, the question for them is whether they can sustain this success and elevate themselves to true Super Bowl contenders. For the Commanders, the path forward involves navigating a critical rebuilding phase, making key draft choices, and finding the right pieces to complement their strong defensive foundation. The new ownership's commitment provides a sense of stability that has been absent for years, offering hope for a brighter future. A game between the two franchises represents more than just a single contest. It's a snapshot of their respective journeys, a testament to their resilience, and a glimpse into their aspirations. It's a reminder that in the NFL, every team, regardless of past struggles or triumphs, is constantly striving for that next level of success. Considering their distinct paths and current strengths, which team do you believe holds the advantage in this captivating interconference showdown?